How's things gone on your side of the ball? Seems like your DBs certainly have gotten plenty of big plays.
Yeah, no, it's going well. I've been really excited because it's always there's a little bit of anxiety, like when you have the spring and then you come back and you just hope that there's a lot of retention from all the work that you put in. And I got to give the guys a lot of credit. They came out here, they were ready to go, and obviously it hasn't been perfect, but there's been a lot of carryover from the spring. I feel like the guys have a good handle on the system and what we're trying to get done, and so it's been cool. Oh, it's crazy. It's just effortless. He's such a smooth athlete, and I think that's kind of one of the qualities of like the really good players. Is like they just make it look easy, and he's definitely in that line.
Last year you had Jalen Ramsey, and you could move him around. Does Surtain? I'm not saying it's Jalen, but when you have that kind of unique talent, does it allow you to move him around and match him up?
Yeah, I mean that's what the game is all about. You're trying to find matchups. You're trying to what we call pass the hard down. You want your best players having the heavy duty and covering the best players and doing things of that nature. And so, obviously he's one of our better players, and we're always going to try to feature him in the best way.
PJ Locke mentioned that when you came over, you kept the terminology the same here and put the adjustment on yourself. What's the philosophy there?
Well, we're teachers, and at the end of the day, as coaches, we want to make it as easy as possible for the guys, and we want them to be able to go out there and play fast. And so there's a lot of things obviously that we want to have, like a system that is methodical and makes sense to the guys, and there's a lot of things that terminology-wise that are similar, and there's some things that are different. But I always want to have it like I feel like I can always learn and I can do the extra work if I need to make sure I understand the concepts and stuff and some of the terminology. But it's always about the players and making it as easy as possible for them. So that's always the fun part.
Coach, have you been surprised at all with how well Pat Surtain's played, considering it's just his second training camp?
No. He has high standards for himself. We have high expectations, and so no, not at all.
Ejiro, Nate Hackett and George Payton both said on Tuesday that Bradley Chubb has been not fun to block, that they've just been really kind of impressed with him. What have you noticed most about kind of working with him right now?
Yeah, he's in a really good place. I think he obviously had a great offseason. He's in really good shape. He's feeling healthy. And, the guy's got a lot of ability. That's just the bottom line. And I think that now that he's in a good mindset, he's feeling good about his body, he can just go out there and play. And, when he's playing, he's a heck of a player.
How tricky is it when your pass rushers get a little too close to the quarterback? Because you want them as close to the quarterback at all times.
Yeah, we got to protect our quarterbacks. That's the starting point. It'd be foolish to get our quarterback hurt in practice. But at the end of the day too, you want those rushers getting used to finishing the rushes, because it's the get off, it's the transition, and then it's the finish, and you want to make sure that you're finishing too, and you got to work on that skill set. But you got to find that fine balance.
Where did you see Phil fall?
Yeah, he does, and maybe even better because now he's got the knowledge and experience, and but yeah, he is looking as good as he's ever looked to me.
You guys have just all rushing experience out here, 11 on 11, not a lot of 7 on 7. What do you like about doing that?
Well, I feel like 7 on 7 is not real football. The quarterback can hold the ball longer. It's not the same lanes in terms of what the quarterback is looking at. And so I just feel like as much real football as we can play as possible. That's what I love about what we're doing. It's our first period is normally a run, play, action, pass period where we're first focused on first and second down. And so, to me, that's real football, and we're working on things that we're actually going to do.
Where have you seen the most growth from Jonas Griffith, and will he and Singleton split when you get into preseason, or how do you evaluate that position?
Well, I think there's been a lot of growth in Jonas, and he's getting better, and we're feeling really good about where he's progressing to. We won't talk too much about the where people are going to play and all that stuff and depth charts, but I'm really, really happy with what Jonas has done so far.
Ejiro, what's been your impression of Nick Benito through the first couple of days of camp?
He's doing a good job. We're asking him to do some different things than he did in college, and we've challenged him, and he's responding. He's getting better, and he's been blessed with a lot of good God-given ability, and we're excited to see where he could go.
Coach, what do you make of Baron Browning's transition to the edge this far?
Same thing. It's he's getting better each day, and another guy that has a lot of ability, and obviously with the transition there's going to be some growing pains, but we really, really love where he's going right now.
You coached Jalen Ramsey. Is Pat Surtain ready to be in that conversation in that tier of corner?
I don't think Pat or myself are too worried about that. We're just worried about him being his very best self. And, the great thing about Pat is that, I don't know if I've been around the corner, and Jalen was a heck of a worker as well. But, Pat is every bit as equal in terms of just coming out and working every day and looking to get better.
Time for a few more hits.
Just hitting blocks. There was so much stunting and movement under defense in college. And, our guys are going to be edge setters. And, so he's transitioning and learning that skill set.
To that point, you highlighted edge setting as the one thing you really wanted to see Browning improve on, working on the edge there. How do you think he's done at that during this first week?
Barron as well as Nick have done what we've asked, and we'll continue to challenge. But the real test will be when the pads come on.
Is there anyone that stood out that isn't obvious? Surtain, Simmons, those guys making plays in front of us, but somebody that's caught your eye in these first few days?
Justin Sternad has done a good job. PJ Locke, Caden Stearns. We've had a couple of guys out there. And D. Will has done a heck of a job as well. So there's been some standouts.
How about you in your own maturation process in this new role and figuring out your own process? How's that going?
Yeah, it's been good. Normally training camp is kind of a fun time for position coaches because you're not worried about game planning. It's strictly about just getting fundamentals and skill sets better. Now in this role, there's a lot of administrative stuff, scripting and things of that nature. So, which has been, it's been good. But it's good because when I first got the job and up to this point, I just feel like everything I'm doing is, I'm learning on the fly, but I'm getting a lot of support from guys like Dom. Coach Hackett is really supporting me. But everything I'm doing, I'm just trying to build towards when we get to our game weeks and when we start getting to game planning and then calling the games that I'm ready to go do that thing at the highest level.
Yeah.
Last one here, Ryan.
I haven't got my ring yet. No, I didn't go. No, I couldn't work it into my summer plans, and so I didn't end up going to the ceremony. And I'm still waiting for it in the mail. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.